Hi guys, welcome to Salesforce Management. This is actually my second take at this video. I recorded a whole one for y'all and then it disappeared. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. But my name is Dr. Goad and I am your professor for this course. I'm really looking forward to having all of you in class this semester, even if it's online. And please feel free to reach out to me and use me as a resource throughout the semester. A common theme probably in recordings will be these dogs up here. I'm pointing. Dogs up here. They make noises from time to time and I mostly work from home, so I apologize in advance for that. I stop if it gets too loud. Anyway, I just want to hop on and give you a little background about myself and then do a very short course overview review of the syllabus. So as I said, I'm Dr. Goad. This is my first year at UCO, but my 7th year as a professor. Prior to UCO, I was at Illinois State University. And like UCO, they have a professional sales institute. So I only taught sales classes because that's my area of specialty for teaching, research, and personal work experience. So I am so excited to be here because originally I am from Arkansas, born there, and then was raised in East Texas. But all my family's pretty much in northwestern Arkansas in the Fayetteville area, so not far. I went to school at the University of Texas at Arlington. All my degrees are from there, but spaced very far apart. So my undergrad was in marketing. My master's is in finance, and then my PhD is in marketing. And then most of my work career, I was in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but a little bit before that, I did work some in Tyler, Texas, in retail banking, so selling, and then in a marketing department, corporate marketing department for a regional grocery store company, Brookshire's, if any of y'all have traveled Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi. And then I moved over to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Okay, that's resolved. So then I moved up to the Dallas-Fort Worth area and worked for a company that is now General Motors Financial or GM Financial. And so I worked as a credit manager, which is where you are both selling and evaluating credit for loans. And then as an investor relations analyst, which is finance, accounting, but then with a selling twist because you're selling to potential investors, but they're investing not like hundreds of dollars or thousands, but millions and hundreds of millions of dollars. So working with institutional investors. So you'll hear more about that. But enough about myself. Let's go through the syllabus very quickly. And I'm just going to do a highlight because I want you to read it for yourself. And also you can read so you don't need me to read things to you verbatim. So let's switch to that. So first off, if you go to your course home, what it's going to look like is this. And then if you go to content, you'll find each week's module. So for example, we're in week 1. Here's the syllabus and then the student info sheet. And then you'll find this video and then you'll find the quiz, which is I'm still working on. So if you look at the syllabus, what you're going to see is obviously we're asynchronous online, so there are no specific days and times in terms of meeting. My office hours are Monday, Wednesday, 2 to 3:30, but also by appointment. which I see I've really emphasized. And then the best way to reach me is email, but if it's an emergency, as in you're in the middle of an exam and something goes wrong, you may text me. So in terms of textbooks, there's not one for this course. I haven't found one that I wholeheartedly love that covers everything and stays up to date. And so what I use is recent readings from either Harvard Business Review or news of some sort, and then case analyses. But you will have a simulation, and the simulation is really a great tool to let you apply the concepts that you're going to learn in this class. So just keep in mind, this is going to come in like the last 3 weeks of class, but you will have to spend $40 in the last 3 weeks of class. And so what are you going to get out of this class? What are we going to cover? Everything from a sales management perspective. How do you recruit employees? How do you select them? How do you train them? How do you motivate them? How do you compensate them? How are you a leader and a coach, et cetera, et cetera? And then I look at this from two perspectives. So one from you as a manager, and then one from you as someone that is probably looking for a job. And so as you, I don't know, hold on. Okay, finally that one. As someone that's looking for a job, like what should you look for in an organization? What should you expect in a job interview? Those kind of things to also help you in that manner. So continuing on, this is a very interactive class, even though it's online. It's not purely a lecture. And there's going to be a lot more components to it. So it's not just exams, it's not just lecture. And so you'll see that reflected in the grading, that there are 2 exams counted worth 40%. So what you have is exam 1, exam 2, and then there's an optional final. So if you're happy with your grades for exam 1 and 2, don't take the final. If you're not, take the final. Or if something happens and you miss an exam, then take the other exam that you haven't missed and take the final. There will also be case analysis, simulation, CRM activities, class activities that I'll quickly go through. You can see how grades are distributed. So I've already built in a curve. So please don't ask at the end of the semester, I'm at an 89.8. Can I get an A? No. I'm telling you right now that these are the grades. And this is the grade, like it's not distribution, but this is the grade key. So if you want to earn a certain grade, work hard for that grade. And I am happy to talk to you and help you along the way if you're struggling or if really for any reason. I think the best way, if you're struggling or not, to, especially in an online class, get the most out of the class is be communicative with myself, because I want to help you, but I'm not going to, it's not on me to reach out to you. Reach out to me and I'm more than happy to help. So, moving on, 2 exams. I'll give you an exam review every time. And I'll tell you more detailed information than probably most instructors will. Case analyses, I'm going to, for this, what I found best is different professors like different things in case analyses. So the best thing to do is for me to have a discussion where I say, this is what I expect. Here's the rubric. You do a practice case. and then I'll give you feedback on it. And we'll do that before you ever have a case analysis. And when you have the case analysis, I only expect detail on the topics that we've already covered. So for example, if you're doing case number 1, we won't have covered sales training yet. So I would not expect details on your sales training program because you don't know yet. The simulation, again, you can read all of this, but it's just an excellent way for you to apply everything that you've learned this semester. And so this will happen the last 2 weeks of class, not counting the final week. And I really think it's a very impactful thing. Students have learned a lot from it, and students really enjoy it. And I think you'll enjoy it as well. And before we get to that, I will cover in detail all of that, everything involving it. For your CRM activities, so you're probably in marketing, and you have covered that CRM, customer relationship management, is one strategy. So being customer focused and focused on that long-term relationship. But it's also like a management system technology that puts together, or you can integrate all the information for a particular customer or a firm. So what we are going to do is learn the actual technology. So we're going to use Salesforce.com's CRM system. Salesforce.com is the largest CRM system. And the really cool thing about them is they actually have an online training system that they use with their own people that's free to everyone. So we're going to utilize that, and I have put together specific modules to get you all of the basics where you really understand a CRM system, how to do things within it, and then you can apply that literally to any CRM system. So that's one more thing when you're going on a job interview, you can say, I know the basics of CRM. So that's my goal for you. Lastly, so I want to keep this under 15 minutes. You will have class activities that are due at the end of each week, and they will range from quizzes like this week through small assignments, etc. And then things are subject to change. You know that by now. Nobody ever knows with COVID. But refer to your course calendar. So you'll have the week, and then I'll give you the deadline. Pretty much the deadline's going to be Sunday by 11:59 p.m. each week until we get to the simulation. So you can see here the orders and decisions, and then the optional final. So that I just threw a lot of stuff at you. What I want you to do is go dissect all of that stuff, read it for yourself, and then you'll have a quiz over this, just in general, and the real key points. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. And that's it. Well done, and let's tackle this spring semester.